God is truly amazing. He takes trips like these and uses them to teach us lessons that we didn't know we needed to learn, and open our eyes to things in life that we had never seen before. And that's what he did for me. I came out of this trip so enlightened and much more thankful for how he knows us and works in our lives to nurture us and grow us into who he made us to be.
Let the king of my heart be the most.
You're hired.
Let the king of my heart be the shadow where I hide. The ransom for
So I've been on many trips with the Filling Station Youth Group and with other youth groups in the past, and I can truly say that this past summer, the trip to Toronto, impacted my life in a lot of amazing ways. I went through a lot of change this past year, and so God was able to speak to me through the speakers that we heard in Lee 222, and the mission work that we did. And he was able to help me relate that to what I was going through and to my future plans, and help me feel at ease about my relationship with him and whatever he has to offer me in the future. It was amazing, and I loved it.
Father Abraham has had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. I'm one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, Father Abraham has many sons had Father Abraham. I'm one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord.
inside my veins, the echo
One thing I learned while in Toronto was that my expectations aren't necessarily what God expects, and I shouldn't anticipate them.
Of all the experiences while we were in Toronto this summer, I'm most thankful for our time with Reverend Wabi and Basim and the entire team of students who were a part of Link Ministry. Our goal the week that we were together was to invite refugee families from the Middle East to be part of a New Beginnings program, helping families with classes, but also to hopefully introduce them to a relationship with Jesus Christ. I remember every morning when we arrived at the church, we always started with reading the Bible together and worshiping. And what I felt from that time is that we were one family, and that God spoke to every person that was in the room. Later, as we sat in the living rooms and in the doorways of families from the Middle East, I felt God reminding me about His even bigger family. His love has never been limited by cultural or language boundaries, and my fears were instantly replaced by love as we talked with each person. I'm really thankful for learning so much about Middle Eastern culture in a short time, but even more, I'm really thankful to see God's love courageously lived out through our students, both from Alma and from Toronto. My hope is that we come to know and believe more and more the love of God for each of us together as one family.
place I would rather be.
My name is Noelle Humphrey. I was one of the students fortunate enough to go on the trip to Toronto, Canada with the youth. Ben asked us if we wanted to share part of our story, and it's crazy because at first I didn't want to because I thought my story is no different than anyone else's, but honestly it was. Toronto has changed my life. When I got back, I started doing daily devos, and I started journaling and writing a prayer journal, and it impacted my life here. But then in Toronto, I made so many relationships with all of these kids, and this one girl named Elisa, I could go into so many stories, but she just, there's those people in your life that even though you met them for like a week, she's going to be one of the ones I remember forever. And throughout it all, I grew closer to God, and I grew closer to the youth as a whole. And I learned so much about like going the second mile and loving recklessly. And just for me, that experience was a life changer, and I've become such a different person from when I was. And now I'm here, and I'm loving God and living my life according to His plan, and hoping that I can be a role model to these kids and to everyone I meet, just like people in my life have changed me. And I just love that it was so meaningful to me, and this has been the best youth trip I've ever gone on.
Place I would rather be than here in your love, here in your love. No place I would rather be. No place I would rather.
A what? A what?
An orange.
Come on, say it right.
It's an orange.
White. Cloud. Blue. Oh, that's a what? Hippo?